Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Chai Tea Podcast. I'm Arcena, and as always, I am joined by my co host, Timetofeelalive, also known as Sam.
Hello, that's me. And today we have a very, very exciting day ahead of us as good old Pokemon has released a little trailer a bit early for us.
Yeah, neither of us have seen the trailer. This is the first time that we're going to watch it live. Let me get it on screen for us now. But yeah, neither of us have watched it. This is going to be our first reactions with the trailer. So
Yep.
hopefully we like what we see. We already know it's going to be called Eevee Grove, right? Uh,
Yeah. And people will know that from the title of this video as well.
yeah. And let's just have a look. So we're just gonna play the trailer once for you guys. We might see some kind of feedback of this card, of that card, and then we will do an in-depth review after that. That's so yeah. All right, I'm gonna start playing it now. You ready, Sam?
Do it. Stop teasing us.
Yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, bubbles.
Ooh,
Okay,
Eevee.
yeah. We knew this. We knew that there was going to be Eevee.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this bit of the image, and that's it. That's all I've seen so far.
I've seen this pack, and I've seen this EX, so I know the ability. The ability is cool. It can
Okay.
evolve, by the way, which is crazy.
Ooh. Okay.
I saw this
Fairy
EX
on
by
EX.
accident. Yeah. The rest I don't know.
Ooh. Surely, like, all of the evolutions are going to get full art, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Psychic, okay.
Penny will pause later for that. Swirlix.
Oh, Penny makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. Available June
Okay.
26th. Normally they give us a little sneak peek at the thing. No. All right, cool. So,
I thought
first
that was
thoughts.
short.
Yeah, 40 seconds. Is that the normal length of a trailer? I'm not sure.
It felt quick.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. Yeah. So first thoughts before we go through it again. Sylveon had an EX, Flareon had an EX, Eevee had an EX. Unless they're doing a Shining Revelry, we only have 2 more EXs left. So
Oh, damn.
yeah,
Who's it going to be?
Shining Revelry had 9. Uh, don't know how many this will have.
Umbreon EX, maybe? I don't know.
I saw regular
maybe it might
Umbreon.
even... Oh, yeah, true.
Alright, so you want to go
Maybe it's
through
just not
the
even a Eevee.
trailer slowly then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so let me know if you have anything. I'll stop if I want to, and if I'm missing something, let me know as well.
You'll probably stop when I want to. Let's go.
Alright. The bubbles are really cool. I had to say something.
All right, here we go. First pack, Eevee. I haven't actually read any of these cards yet.
So VV Volve. So VV Volve. So let me see if I can get it. I'll just get it one frame back. I think we have a site that has all the cards you want after that. So okay, there we go. Can you read it? I can see it. I can read it out for you.
Yeah, read it for me.
This Pokemon can evolve into any Pokemon that evolves from Eevee if you play it from your hand onto this Pokemon. This Pokemon can't evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it.
Okay, interesting.
So Eevee EX that is worth 2 points that can also evolve. Would it evolve into a regular or the EXs that they showed us? And if it wasn't regular, does that mean you only lose 1 point, or do you still lose 2 points?
Weird. I mean, I'd assume if you can evolve into a regular one, you'd only lose 1 point because that'll be what's on the board at that point. It's a very strange card. 30 damage isn't bad. 90 health, pretty decent, but it's pretty bad for a EX. Like, why would you play this instead of a regular Eevee? I'm curious.
I guess for the Insta Evolve, maybe some of the Eevee cards have a thing. Maybe you have trainer cards that give you bonuses.
But you can't evolve the turn you play it, does it say?
Yeah, so you can put it. So as long, I think this is like a bench sleeper kind of play, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling. Again, let's just start. I forgot to mention this before. I told you this earlier, right? This looks more collector focused.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong because Giratina was a huge meta shaker and I didn't expect it at all. I thought the same for Shining Revelry, right? But I don't want to put it out there just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are not too many meta changes.
No, No, I can't imagine this is going to be meta shaking. I do like these little mini sets where they've got like a theme, right?
Yeah.
Everything's kind of revolving around this new little idea that they've got.
Should
But I
I
struggle to see what's good about this.
should I keep going then?
Yeah, actually, I tell you what,
Yeah.
I think I may have figured out the niche. Maybe
Uh,
it's so that you can play 4 EVs in your set in your deck, so you can have 2 regular
oh,
EVs and
and
an EVEX.
two EVEXs. But
Yeah,
yeah, that evolves from Eevee. So basically, the text of the evolutions all say evolves from Eevee. So that matches the text. We'll see.
hmm. Okay, let's move on. Who have we got that evolves from Eevee now?
So I know all these cards come out one by one, but this is a good screenshot to stop on. Um,
Mhm.
we got Vaporeon 120 Hyper Voice, 3 energy. Leaf Blade does 20. Oh, I think I've seen the Leafeon text. It says attack does 20 for each leaf energy attached to it, so that might be nice.
Interesting. Superior tech.
Yeah. Then 1 energy for Jolteon. I thought it was colorless, but it's lightning. Glaceon is 2 for Ice Blade. Espeon, Energy Charge, maybe, Psychic.
Mhm.
Dark Bind. Sylveon, by the way, fairy types are Psychic. We can go through the 2 EX cards in detail in a minute. Do you have anything you want to talk about here, really quickly?
Um, I'm excited to see Umbreon in the game. Love me some Umbreon. And then, it's just a nice looking image, isn't it? Seeing all the evolutions
Yeah,
all
I
on
think this
screen at the
this is a
same time.
really cool image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, let's move on. Let's keep going, and then we can actually take a look at these cards properly. What we got here?
All right.
Okay.
If you need me to read it out, I'll read out the text for you. So we've got Vaporeon Hyper Whirlpool for 70. Whoa. Flip a. Oh, it's a TRG! Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon.
Oof, not good. That's not great if you ask me.
Think about this. Okay. It's a late game cleaner upper. You start with Palkia or something like that. Or maybe there's a tech, like how we had electrical cord. Maybe there's a water cord or water cord, a waterfall, something that pushes energy onto Vaporeon, and then you
Yeah.
TRG them.
You're trying to make it work from stuff that we don't even have info on yet. So I don't know. Maybe it's good, but at first glance, I'm not feeling it. But I've been wrong before many times.
Okay, so this is where EV Tech helps. Beginning Bolt. If this Pokemon evolves during this turn, this attack does 20 more damage.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it does a
Okay.
60 HP electric damage. And if you go turn 3, you evolve onto it, and your opponent is guaranteed to have a basic. So maybe
Not
there.
bad.
Yeah.
Still doesn't seem like game changing,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's
But
interesting. It's
again,
different.
they're all just basic cards. And on the EXs that are going to be like huge, right?
Yeah.
All right. Should I keep going?
Speaking of,
Yeah.
come on. So
Oh,
big Flareon.
Flareon. During. Do you think we're gonna get a better screenshot of this? Yeah, there we
There you
go.
go.
Might not be good for the video, but I can read it. Once during your turn, you may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. If you do 20 damage to this Pokemon.
Ooh, interesting.
So basically, you can do Fire Spin every turn for 20 damage to you.
Huh.
Because Fire
That's
Spin
really weird.
says 130, discard 2 fire energy. So you're going to already
Hmm.
have 2 fire energy in the discard pile. And then you use the ability, do 20 damage to yourself, do your turn attachment, and you swing again for 130.
Oh, this thing in Blacephalon could be crazy. Just discarding all that fire energy, like building up the Blacephalon, 130 damage from both of them. But it kind of reminds me of Arcanine from the first set. Maybe just like a way better version of that.
Was Arcanine 120 for 20 damage? This is 130 effectively for 20 damage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like power crept Arcanine, if you ask me. But it's still cool. I like it. This is interesting.
It has 150 HP though. I don't remember
Yeah,
how much HP Arcanine had.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe 140, maybe even less.
Hmm. All right.
But it's neat. I like it.
Next up.
I'm gonna build around that one if I get it.
Espeon, 100 HP, Energy Crush. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon.
Whoa, that's crazy.
So if you have a Giratina
Oh,
Darkrai standing in the bench,
oh, Espeon's gonna slap that about.
yeah, isn't that says attack does 20 I mean, we'll look at the cards in detail in a minute. It's 20x or 20? It's 20x. So you have to have one energy for it to do any damage.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like
That's a good
Tapu
like
Lele,
late game card.
but for everybody.
It's kind of better, kind of worse, in its different ways. Like it's gonna hit like the active Pokemon way harder, but you can't hit whatever you want.
You said you hit the active Pokemon way harder.
Yeah, you hit the active Pokemon way harder, but you can't hit whoever you want.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So I guess the Darkrai. Let's look in a scenario where we've got Darkrai setting up energy every turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giratina setting up energy every turn. Let's assume your best case scenario. You die one shot to Darkrai, even without energy setup. 80 plus 20 just knocks you out.
True.
So let's assume 2 turns of energy on Darkrai, 2 turns of energy on. So it's going to do 80 damage to that. No, maybe not actually.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as Thirst Fort.
Yeah. All right, next
Yeah,
card.
I mean, it's still cool though. Still interesting.
Yeah. Whoa. Can you read the text, or should I read it out?
I got it. I got it. Can't attack. Okay.
Yeah, the defending
Ooh.
Pokemon. So that stops Darkrai and Giratina.
Yeah, true. It's pretty
That
good against all basic EXs, eh?
so Buzzwole, but Buzzwole knocks it out in one. Darkrai knocks but it dies to them in one shot. All the basic EXs that are meta, it dies to them in one shot.
True. The thing with Umbreon as well, with Buzzwole, he'll just retreat and come back in and get rid of that, so it won't matter.
But it says if the defending is a basic Pokemon, it can't attack. So does it mean if you swap it around, it still holds?
I think once you retreat something, it gets rid of conditions like that. So it would be like, all right, that's gone, and then it would come back in, and it would be able to hit you.
Right,
I'm
fair
pretty
enough.
sure.
Okay.
But it's still interesting.
It is still interesting. It definitely stops Darkrai. Because Darkrai, unless you attach energy, Darkrai can't get rid of it in one.
Yeah. I mean, then Darkrai could potentially retreat to Giratina and then hit you and kill you.
Okay, so maybe I think people will find work. I think we're trying to find ways to make these cards work because they're new, but they might not be all that game changing.
Here's something that's good against Oricorio, but then that's got low retreat cost, so maybe not.
Yeah, I guess it's a late game if you have no bench, something like that.
Yeah.
Where you can't retreat. We are anticipating that retreat will get rid of the conditions, right? We're not 100% sure.
That is an assumption.
All right. Ready to go to the next one?
Yep.
All right, we've got. Yeah, I'll read out the text. Leafeon has Leaf Blast, colorless energy. This attack does 20 more damage for each grass leaf energy attached to this Pokemon. So you said superior tech. And Glaceon is 2 water energy for 50 ping anywhere.
Okay.
This attack does 20 more damage for each leaf energy attached to this Pokemon. So you basically load up the leaf energy onto this Pokemon. And then do 30, 50, probably 70, 50 to 70 on average, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you get Superior in the back and you've got 2 energy on it, how much is it doing?
10 plus 60, I think. Because it's 20 for each. So you already get the first. You already get the first grass energy, so you're doing 30, I think.
You do 30 for 1 grass energy? Is that right?
Yeah.
This attack, there's 20 more for each. Yeah, because it doesn't say for each extra energy attached, does it?
Yeah, if you're running in a splashable deck, then no, because you can attack with colorless. So you can do 10 for any energy, and you do 30 for grass energy.
Let's say we've got 2 grass energy attached to this, and we've got a superior in the back. How much damage are we doing there?
That's totally 4 energy will be attached on it total.
90?
30, 50. Yep, 90. You're right. Yep.
Okay. I mean, and then one extra, you're doing 110. It starts to look pretty good, but this is situational again.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
you,
And then
again,
Glaceon, 2
you probably just
retreat
want to be running
costs.
Celebi at that point.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Sorry, you probably just want to be running Celebi at that point if you've got that
Yeah,
much energy on it.
probably, right? It's Superior Celebi. But it's not an
Yeah,
EX. Not an
it's
EX.
not an EX. That
But
is true.
50 as opposed to 20. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not coin flip, so more consistent technically.
Yeah.
And then Glaceon is, I don't know, Ice Blade 50, 2 retreat cost. I don't think this is gonna do. Like, why would you put 2 energy on this when you could put 2 water energy on almost anything else?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Glaceon, Leafeon, you're not quite the ones.
I mean, we could be wrong because remember how I was about Shinotic, right? We could definitely be wrong.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah. Uh,
But
but for now, this is just
this
first impressions.
so far, the set has been a bit underwhelming looking at these cards, but you never know. There's always something that's kind of cool
All
in
right.
every set that they release.
All right. So this one, this is a wow. Okay. The ability says once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may draw 2 cards.
Wow.
So
Okay.
is that the Eevee tech then? Eevee evolve Sylveon. Wait, the Eevee says you can evolve any Pokemon evolves from it straight away, but not on your first turn. Won't that just be like evolving normally? Did we misread the Eevee text?
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I mean. Like, you can't evolve it from uh, can't evolve it the first time you play it or during your first turn. So, like, it is just normal evolution.
Yeah, but I think maybe it gets rid of the EX Eevee. But why would you run that Eevee instead of a 60 HP like infinitely flipping heads 20 damage Eevee?
It's got to be just to have 4 EVs in your decks. I can't see like any other reason unless there's some kind of like supporter or item that does something.
Yeah, maybe that's what we're missing. But yeah, this one looks decent. It's 140, weak to steel, so Solgaleo eats it up.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Fairy Wind for 72 energy. It's not bad, but
not bad.
yeah, why would you? Yeah, there are better
Deck
psychic
thinning
type.
is
Yeah,
deck winning though. So
deck winning is deck winning. Love that. Love
yeah,
that. Remember that, folks. Oh.
I still don't know though. It does a one shot by Solgaleo. Like, oh, poor Sylveon.
I don't know. I don't know. I really want to like. I'm like trying to find a way this works because I know the collectors are going crazy, right? Like
Yeah,
Eevee this, Eevee that. It's gonna be immersive Eevee, Gold Eevee. Actually no, I could be mistaken, but I'm just saying it. Gold Eevee, immersive Eevee. I don't know. I don't know. You have anything to add, Sam, or should I keep it going?
I think you are right. This is a set for collectors, and I'm kind of okay with that. I'm quite happy to just collect this set and continue using the decks I was in the previous set. Maybe like there's one or two little cards that you could chuck in to have fun with, but yeah, nothing's screaming out to me.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe
we
Flareon.
we could be wrong, but I don't know. All right,
Yeah.
next up. I think that's the last card, was it? Nope, we've got Penny. Look at a random supporter card that's not Penny from your opponent's deck and shuffle it back into their deck. Use the effect of that card as the effect of this card. So this work.
What?
Yeah, yeah, I understood it. It works.
Look, look at a random support card that's not Penny from your opponent's deck and shuffle it back into their deck.
Yep.
Use the effect of this. Wow, that's weird.
So basically,
That is
you
weird.
can run Penny and run any supporter you like in your deck. So you can get an extra Professor's Research, 2 extra Professor's Research basically you could get, and then your opponent cannot Professor's Research because you're putting that card back in. I think this is going to be extremely splashable just for that scenario.
Hang on, no. You look at a supporter from their deck, not your deck, the opponent's deck,
Yep,
and then you shuffle their supporter back into their deck, so they could still use it. They just have to pull it later.
correct. Yes.
And then use the effect of that card as a card. I mean, it could be huge if you manage to pull their Professor Oaks,
Or their
but then if
Marses,
you
or yes,
true,
it's a
it's
lottery, right?
good.
I think
But I mean,
it
say
will
you
work
play this
in
against a
open.
Gladian deck, you don't do anything.
Sorry, say that again.
If you play this against like supporters that are niche, like Gladian or Kiawe or whatever it is,
Yep.
it doesn't do anything.
Yep.
You've just wasted a supporter.
Yep. I see a use case for it. As I was about to say, is your I missed what I was gonna say there. Yes, open deck format where
Oh, true.
you know what's in the deck, right? So you know when to use it. But the thing is, with open deck formats, I think you have to submit your deck first. So I guess
so you wouldn't be able to sneak Penny back in there.
yeah. So you have to submit it with Penny. I guess that's when you can use it. So you use it in an open deck format, hoping to get those supporters that you can know what is in those decks, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think.
I mean, everyone does run Professor Oak, so there is always the chance to pull it.
Yeah. I guess it's again a late game card when most of the supporters have already been used, and you can safely predict what is left. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You got anything to add about this card?
I can't see myself using it. It's too random.
Yeah.
But
We know how you
maybe it'll
feel
be good.
about randomness, coin flips.
What does Eevee Bag do?
Choose one. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon that evolve from Eevee do plus 10 damage to your opponent's active, or
Mhm.
heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon that evolves from Eevee. Okay.
Damage, right? All right. That's kind of cool.
So either it's a plus 10 damage for your active evolution, right? Or a blanket 20 heal from your entire 4 cards that are evolutions.
Interesting. I like a card that does two things. I feel like that might become more common as this game progresses. It's cool. It's cool. It's different. Very obviously niche with having to use it with EVs, but I mean, you probably put this in your EV decks if you're using them, right?
Yep, I think I think you're right that EVEX is for running 4 EVs that evolve.
It's got to be.
Yeah, because the ability is basically an evolution, but it allows you to evolve an EX into something else because other EX cards can't do that, right?
No.
Because Pikachu EX can't evolve into Raichu, so that's why they said that for that. So you're right. It's basic. You're right. Well, Sam got it straight up in the first minute. It's just to run 4 EVs.
It was a bit of a head scratcher. It was like, why is this a thing? And then it's like, okay, just to play more EVs.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's some cool stuff. I'm kind of competitively, I don't think this is the one, but
Yeah, no.
collectively,
Collective.
why not?
Yeah, the collector in you go crazy.
Yeah.
The battler in you will probably find creative ways to use this and win a couple of tournaments, but I don't know. I was so wrong with Shinotic, right? That I don't want to say
Yeah.
anything outrageous where you're not going to see it win anything. So I'm going to be like, someone can make it work. I don't think it's going to be me.
Yeah, I think Flareon EX is the only one that I can see having some kind of competitive niche. But otherwise, I'm struggling to see any of these actually winning a tournament. But I could easily be wrong.
Yeah. Penny, they're gonna have a Penny full art supporter that people are gonna be like, wow, yeah. So it's basically a collector deck, right?
Yeah,
Like
for
the full
sure.
art supporters, the full art EVs.
Have we got more here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh. Swirlix. I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. All 3 of them.
Yep.
Swirlix, 60 HP, Psychic type, Sweets Relay, 1 colorless energy. If one of your Pokemon use Sweets Relay during your last turn, this attack does 20 more damage. Milcery has the same text but 50 HP, right?
Okay.
And then Alcremie, 80 HP, again 1 colorless energy. This attack does 40 damage for each time your Pokemon use Sweets Relay during this game.
What? That's crazy.
So Sweets Relay itself is not good, But if you've used it 5 times, this does 200.
Oh my days! I want to play with that so bad. It's not good. I don't think it's very good because it gets bodied by Solgaleo as usual, and just like anything that hits over 80, it's gonna get smushed by.
Yeah,
But
Carnivine knocks out Milcery, right?
but the idea of doing freaking 200 damage of Alcremie is just too tempting. I've got to build a deck around that.
Yeah, no,
That's hilarious.
turn 1, day 1 Dex is gonna be Alcremie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Again, this is so funny. The deck is revolving around evolutions, and this is the card we've picked out as our favorites.
It's just too funny. That is jokes. I love that.
All right,
Yeah.
let's keep it going and see if we got any more.
Anything else?
I
Nope.
think we've seen all of this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
available
like the
Thursday, June
Thursday.
26th.
Okay, so it's still coming out next Thursday, but they decided to drop the trailer a day early just to mess with everybody.
Yeah, because it's Eevee at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, build the hype. Why not?
Would you like to have a look at individual cards?
We've sort of gone through them, but let's just take a look anyway.
All right. Let me see when I can get that up. Okay. There we go. All right. So we know the Eevee EX that we spoke about.
I mean, it does look cute. It looks adorable.
It's probably gonna have
The
a full
collector
art.
in me.
It might have a gold.
Yeah. Oh, definitely gonna have a full art for sure.
Immersive?
I would actually say that Sylveon might be the immersive, but we'll see.
All right. Oh, yep. This one is a cool art card. Leafeon 1-star.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's pretty. Didn't Leafeon already have a full art?
It was Leafeon EX, not regular
Yeah,
Leafeon.
had a rainbow.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any other cards that were revealed. We spoke about all of them already, right?
Yeah. Which one are you most excited for?
Weirdly enough, I don't think I'll ever run it, but I want to see someone use this Alcremie card for 200.
Agreed. I'm most excited for Flareon. I think that with Blacephalon could be something interesting. The rest are just not screaming to me. Like maybe something cool could be done with Sylveon. And actually, I want to rescind what I said before. I do think the Eevee EX will be the full art. It's got to be right, actually, the immersive even. It will just have all the evolutions in there.
Yeah, I think all the EXs will be the 2-stars. I'm excited. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but if they're not following Shining Revelry, we only have 2 more EXs to be revealed.
Yeah.
I wonder what they'll be.
We've got 3 here, so there'll probably be 2 more. Will be interesting to see. They're probably not going to be evolutions. Maybe they'll actually be viable like additions to the meta.
Hopefully. What else do we have here that could potentially be interesting?
Maybe Eevee Bag could work with previous evolutions. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it will.
Yeah.
But whether it'll help them at all, I don't know.
So you could run Eevee EX and run other evolutions, right? You don't have to just run the ones that they release with what's the set called, Eevee Grove. You can run other evolutions.
What other I mean, there's that Vaporeon that does the water moving, which could be useful for something.
But it moves 2 water Pokemon, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Vaporeon Glaceon combo.
Maybe. Just desperately clawing for anything that could be viable with this that we've seen so far. There's got to be some cool cards in this set that we haven't been shown yet. We're just going to have to be patient, I think.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It was hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
We both held off on watching this before we could record together, and it was painful. I kept like scrolling by it and being like, "No, don't look!
We can't look at this." No. So I think I accidentally saw maybe the Flareon text, and then the Leafeon text, because like it just pops up. You can't avoid it, right? Like no matter how much you try, you can't avoid it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw the Eevee EX art, but I didn't see any of the like names of any of the abilities. damage they did, and I'm severely underwhelmed.
Yeah, I don't know, but at least that's a good thing, right? We normally talk about the collections that we've had. With the set coming out, we're not gonna be in a rush to finish it, but I'm happy that I
Mhm.
have finished other sets. I have my hourglasses saved up from not opening extra packs because I finished the main set of most of it, and I've had excellent
Same.
immersive luck, as you know.
Oh, don't even talk to me about
Yeah. Just for context, within the span of a week, I got 3 immersives. Lily immersive, then I think the Dialga EX, and before recording this episode, the Arceus EX
that.
immersive as
All
well.
all immersives that you needed too.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
crazy.
So I'm happy that I finished my set, but is this a set that I'm going to spend those hourglasses on if nothing
Oh, I
is
hadn't even thought
meta?
about that. I
Hmm.
hadn't even considered that. Yeah, maybe saving my hourglasses is the play.
Maybe
I might
we
use like some of them that I get from getting to Master Ball or something, and then save like a bunch more for the next set.
Yeah, because I think we can do a 10 pack, I think, with the solo missions they give us on release day if they follow the same theme. We could do
Yeah.
a 10 pack with it, but do I want to do more?
Mm. I'm gonna save mine. I think until firstly, I want to play those solo missions to see what kind of decks they've built around these and what they think could be slightly viable. Not that those are ever actually good, but gives you an idea of what to do. Also, I want to see obviously what other cards come out with this set. Maybe that'll help me make my mind up. But yeah, no, I think I'll be saving. One thing to point out: this is also another just mini set, and it's just one booster. There's not two to choose from, which I quite like, which means we don't have to put too much, um, what is it? Stamina pack. Oh my gosh. We don't have to put too many hourglasses into this set.
That is true.
Resources.
Yeah, resources.
Resources. That's the word
Resources,
I was looking
but
for.
but if you do 5 Alolan Duck Trio EXs, you're going to have to.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Like, yeah, we probably don't need to put too many resources, but it depends on your luck, what you can pull. Again, yeah, I was really excited when I saw this because obviously I am happy for new cards, new content, but how meta is it gonna be?
It's a good question. I can't see it being overly meta, but I could be wrong. We'll see. We will see.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, yeah, it's a bit of a shorter episode today because, yeah, we were looking at the cards that they were showcasing for us, um, and then we decided that we would react to it live for the podcast. But I guess to summarize, there are fun cards. I'm excited for the collecting aspect of this, but just off first impressions, and I'm willing and Shinotic has made me believe that they can change. Uh, I think collect the cards. I'm sure a lot of people will. There'll be a lot of chases. There'll be a lot of people who come back and open packs because of this booster box. So good play on them. Booster box, booster pack. Good play on them for that. But again, I'm gonna say I let me see what the rest of the card is. What the rest of the cards are. But on first impression, from what I've seen, the meta may not change that much.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like first impressions with what they released doesn't look too meta changing, um, but it is what it is. At least we've got more content.
Yeah, more content, more things to talk about. And we probably, for the next episode, we probably would have already opened a bit of this set, and we would probably have the full set list and be able to go in detail with what each card is and what we can do with them. But I think that about wraps it up for today, doesn't it, Sam? Unless you got anything to add.
No, that's. I think that's. I think with the such low expectations, it leaves for them to impress us. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed that the rest of the set is. Again, I think the cards are going to be brilliant. They're going to be very well illustrated.
Yes.
From the meta aspect and the battling aspect, let's see what the full set is before we make our final decisions. But first impressions for me are not very meta changing. And what about you, Sam?
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm looking forward to seeing the immersive.
All
It's going to
right.
be beautiful.
I have my bets on Eevee Immersive and Eevee Gold. What about you?
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of the Chai Tea Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys are excited for the new Eevee Grove set. But that's gonna do it from us today. I'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah, catch you guys then. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help us out. Thanks so much.